Okay, we're live. Lily is taking her CASP test. We hope she'll do really well. All right, so let's start with our prayer time and then we'll jump in. Lord, we thank you so much for this time. We pray for much wisdom. Help us to understand that every little thing, every big or little thing you give to us, it is from your command, and we should trust in you and learn to abide in your will. Please help these precious students to grow um, and understand not just the academics of it, but the spiritual side of it as well. We pray for your wisdom. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, so we started 11:06. We'll try to finish by 12:06. Okay, any questions on the homework, on the geometry stuff? Seems like you guys did this pretty well. It's not that bad, right?
Yeah, but you didn't give us the answer key, did you?
I didn't give you the answer key. Oh, I did not give you the answer key. So I can check right now just by looking at it. So, yes, that's good. Yes, that's good. No. Okay, the hypotenuse is double of the short side. So you always want to go this way by dividing by 2 and then multiply this again. Yes, that's good. So if you're wondering, this is the right answer. And then for number 19, you always want to go to the short side first by dividing by 2. That's 5. And then multiplying by rad 3. Same thing, 12. Okay, pretty good. All right. Okay, so let's see. Again, let me just kind of give you like the main layout of what we're doing. And so geometry is not a very difficult subject in terms of like the amount of stuff you have to learn. We can cover this in like less than 3 months and just pack it all in. Geometry is basically split up into two main sections. One is your proofs or mathematical reasonings, and then you have your just the application of it, like area, volume, proportions is a big one. Okay, and so what's going to happen is we're going to start with this side first, okay? Because it's actually very, very simple. And then after we finish that, you'll be doing a lot of Algebra 1 geometry review on your own. And then we'll take our time with our geometry proofs, okay? And we're going to teach you how to do that. We're also going to use Dr. Chung's geometry supplemental workbook, okay? All right, so let's begin. Okay, as a review, I listed, I put this here. Can you guys solve for x by looking at that? You should see your respective 3 problems below. Okay, so from what you remember, all right, are you guys done? You guys get it? So you want to extend this line out, and what do you call these two angles right here? What's the name of those two? Alternate interior what? Angle. Okay. What do you call these two over here? The 35 and this red one. Notice, I mean, it adds up to 180 for sure, but there's a name. You have a straight line. You have a transversal right there. These two, okay, they're on a line and they're pairs of angles. We call them a linear pair. Yeah, and linear pairs are supplementary. You guys remember what that means? Two angles that add up to 100 and what? 80. Yeah, do you guys remember what complementary means? add up to 90 degrees, okay? Two angles, or well, usually it's two. You can have a linear trio where you have three angles adding up to 180 on a straight line. Well, if I cut this like this, you have angle 1, 2, and 3. Okay. All right, try this one. All right, scroll down. You should see about 3 or 4 problems. They're all parallel lines. It's about to sync. And now. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So try that one.
Wait, us both?
Everybody. Okay, do 2. Well, let's do one at a time. First, let's figure out what 2 is. I'll make it a little bit bigger for you guys.
Hi. I made it as big as I needed. Oh, okay.
All right. Oh, what the? Now it just got bigger. All right. So let's see. The 2 arrows indicates that these 2 are parallel. How many transversals are there in this situation?
Two.
There's 2. All right. Okay. So what's angle X?
88 degrees?
Eh? No. It's alternate interior with 54. You guys see it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, different transversals. Oh, wait, I did Y.
Oh, you did Y? Okay. Yeah, so yeah, you always want to pick out a pair of parallel lines and one transversal and just kind of work with that situation there. And then move on to the next one. So now we're going to look at these 2 as parallel. This one and this one. And this is the transversal. Okay, so if this is 112, what's this one right over here? 112. Do you remember the name of those angles? Starts with a V. Vertical angles. Okay, you have to know these names. Okay, they're vertical angles and they're always congruent. And what's the name of these 2 pairs, 112 and Y?
Supplemental.
They are supplementary, but what's the name of those 2 angles? Well, they're not alternating. They're on the same side. Same side what? Interior. Yeah, same side interior. Okay. When you're in between the 2 lines, the parallel lines, you're on the interior, and then you're on the same side of your transversal, so we call it same side interior angles, and they add up to 180. So 180 minus 112 is 68. Right? 68 degrees. Okay.
68.
Yeah. That's the answer. All right, try this one. I'll give you a few minutes or a few seconds to try this one. Feels so quiet without Lily here. Hey, Lily, we need someone to just kind of laugh out loud and crack up and act like you're falling off your chair. We're gonna assume that you're laughing, unless you're really, really tired and you're like, okay. So we're going to draw our auxiliary line, right? So we'll draw one like this. Draw another one right what? Here and here. See, now that helps. Okay. All right. So you have the answer. All right, tell me what you got for this guy. What is this angle right here? 56. Alternate interior, right? Good. Get it? Alternate interior angles. And then, what's this angle right here? Anybody? No. Wait. Oh, you know what? Yes. No, wait, not 34. Well, how would you find it? How would you find this angle right here? Now, look, if you have a hard time, take those two situations out like this and go like that. You see it? This is 144. And what's this? What's the name of these two? Yeah, same side interior, and same side interior angles are?
To 180.
Yes. That is. So what is this angle right here then? 36. 36. Okay. And so angle X is a combination of, or the sum of 36 and 56, which is equal to 90, what? 92 degrees. Okay, try it again. Try number 40, number 4. Same thing. Just kind of tilt your paper so that it'll be more, I guess, horizontal. But you want to be able to look at these and say, okay, here's my parallel line right here. Here's my parallel line right there. And another auxiliary what? Line right there. And you're just looking for alternate interior and same side interior angles. Now in this case, well, we'll call this A and B. Okay, A and 98, how are they related to each other?
Same side interior.
Okay, so should we do?
Um, 180 minus 98.
Good, 180 minus 98, and that's equal to 82. And again, how is 162 and letter B related to each other? Same side interior angles, so 180 minus 62, and you get, oops, 180 minus 162 equals 18. All right, so the angle, the missing angle there is 18 plus 82, which is equal to x equals 100 degrees. All right, last one. Well, yeah, last one for the road. Number 5. Try this by yourself. You guys in? Now for this one, Lydia, are you done? Ian?
Wait, that's probably not right.
Okay, there's more than one way to approach this, okay? I'm just taking a different route. And I'm done.
Wait, what? 63? Yes, I guess I got it wrong.
Well, you know, this right here is a straight line right here, right? It's a linear pair, so I just subtracted from 180 and got 63 for that one. Instead of looking for this angle here, I just solve for that angle. And 63, that angle, and this one, they're alternate what?
Interior?
Yeah, alternate interior. And I did the same thing for this side. Used the straight line right over here. Okay. And that should add up to 180 degrees. Okay, got it? So the final answer is 63 plus 51, which is 111, 100 and what? 14 degrees. Okay, there's your answer. All right, we have a lot to cover today. So don't worry, you'll get more practice once you finish all the Algebra 1 review as well. So we're doing a lot, but we want to keep learning and keep our minds engaged. There was more that I wanted to try, but we'll do it. We'll do it later. All right, let me open up my worksheet. Um, okay, so we're going to now do 45, 45, 90. Okay, so everyone try. Oh, that's weird.
Are we gonna do sin?
Yeah. Do we do for the 45, 45, 90? We haven't done that yet, huh? Or we did? But on the homework, it was only 30, 60, 90 stuff, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so try this one. Scroll down and look for this one right here. And give me the size.
How did you do? Go ahead. Could you tell us how to do this again?
Yeah.
We forget.
Give me a sec. I'm just putting up some problems ahead of time so we can not have to waste too much time posting this up. Okay. All right. So, it's a when it's a 45, 45, 90 triangle, we know it's an isosceles, right? So the two legs have to be exactly the same. And it turns out that when you have an isosceles 45, 45 degree 90 triangle, the side, whatever the side is, the hypotenuse is that side times an extra radical what? Radical 2. And so if you want to go reversed order, you want to divide by what? Radical 2. Okay? And you can memorize that by remembering that half of 4 is 2. Okay? So x in this case should be 8 divided by radical what? 2. But now, do we want to leave a irrational number on the denominator? No. So what do we have to do? Multiply by what? The power of 1. Well, using the identity property, we're going to multiply top and bottom by rad 2 over rad 2. And then that will become 8 rad 2 over 2, which is equal to 4 radical what? 2. So that should be your actual answer. All right, scroll down. Try another one. Try number 12. All right. So what is it? X is equal to 10 radical 6 divided by radical 2. Yeah. And so can I divide 6 and 2 since they're both in the radicals? Yeah, so it should just be 10 radical what? 3. Okay, easy. All right, next, number 14. Try this one. A, remember, is this whole length here. Okay, so I'll stop here. I want you guys to figure it out on your own. All right, do you need more time?
No, I got it.
Got it? All right, let's see what you got. So did you draw a dotted line like this as your height? And that's equal to 6. Well, you need that, obviously. Okay, and this right here, which should also be what? 8.
6. Oh. 8.
All right. Now, if Ian messed up on that one, we're assuming that maybe, just maybe, Lily also might have gotten this one wrong. But right now, she's probably like nodding her and saying no.
Maybe I thought it was a square.
Like,
Trust your eyes.
yeah, obviously someone's eyes are kind of messed up. Now Lily's laughing because we're making fun of Ian. Okay, so it's a rectangle. Oh, by the way, never assume that something's a square or a perfect circle or whatnot, unless you have, yeah, you want to have information. Well, you want to allow the information to tell you exactly what it is. All right, so if that's 6, this must be what?
6.
Yes, this is 6. Aha. So A equals 14. Well, that was easy. And what's B? 6 radical 2. Did you know that when I was your age, I did not learn this because I didn't have a tutor. So when I went to this SAT Hagwon for like a month, they were doing this and I had no idea where they were getting radical 2. And it turns out that everybody learned the secret except for me. Yep. And I actually took the whole exam without knowing this and I still did okay. All right. Okay. Word problem. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Actually, you know what? We'll skip this. You'll probably get this for homework later on. Huh? Yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Just okay. Don't even worry about the word problem about heavy winds damaging the farmhouse. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Just fill out this whole thing. So this would be X, Y, and Z. Find me X, Y, and Z from the little information that you have here. And again, this is so cool because you're literally given only one piece of information that this side is 6. Once you understand the angle measurements, you can actually find everything using our amazing shortcuts. Lydia, will you stop drinking so much soda? Every time I stop talking, you're just taking a big swig of that sugary San Pellegrino. What's the flavor? No, well, yeah. Every time you drink, I'm like, I wish I had some. No, I don't. I don't want any sugar. Sugar is so bad for you, for us. Okay. Okay, what letter should we find first? Are you asking me why or are telling me it's the letter Y? No. Yes, Y and Z. Yes, exactly, because it's a 45, 45, 90 triangle. What is Z? Tell me. Well, 6 over rad 2, right? And then multiply by rad 2, so it'd be 6 rad 2 over 2, which is 3 rad what? 2? Okay, so that's 3 rad 2 over 2. Z equals 3 rad 2. Very good. All right, and now what can we find?
This big angle right here.
Well, yeah, it is. This whole thing is a what? 30, 60, 90 triangle. Dur, 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 dur. Dur, dur, dur. This is 3 rad 2. Haha. So once you have that, it's opposite of the smallest angle. Hmm? Oh, you know what? We'll call this K. Yes. Find K. K is your. Okay. What a joke. There's so many wonderful, corny jokes that I have to memorize, but I'm memorizing Bible verses, so it's taking up too much time. It takes a lot of work to memorize good quality jokes. Like, what do you call a man with rubber toes? Roberto. My favorite. What do you call two Hispanics playing basketball? Juan on Juan. Okay, Lily, I know you can't see them, but they're just laughing. They're just laughing and dying right now. Juan on Juan. What's your name? Juan. Oh, you want to play one-on-one? Okay, so K would be double that, right? And then this long side right here will be 3 rad 2 times rad 3. So 3 rad what? 3 rad 6. So how would you find X? Well, isn't X basically the whole thing minus the small one? So we want to designate X as 3 rad 6 minus 3 rad what? 2 and leave it like that. Does that make sense? Yeah. Remember, we're not worried about decimal approximations. Yes, you can have your calculator give you that answer, but we're worried about exact answers. So we're going to leave our answers with these radicals. Now, when they ask you for like nearest tenth of a meter, that kind of stuff, then, use your calculator. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We are going to now learn. Okay, we are now going to learn trigonometry. Wait, it didn't even show up. I posted it right below Lydia's, and now there it goes. Okay, trigonometry. Let's first spell it out. Trigonometry. All right, obviously the word tri referring to a triangle. The word go means to get out of here, and no means numbers, and metry means measurement. So triangle, get out of here, number, measurements. Okay. All right. Now, what's amazing about this is that God made the triangle to be amazing. Okay. Every triangle in the universe has a set proportion of each side depending on the angle measurements. So it doesn't matter like how big or how ugly looking the triangles are. All three angles inside a triangle will always add up to 100 and yeah. Hey, Lydia, will you stop picking your teeth with your fingers? Jeez, have some decency. Everyone can watch you. Okay, my daughter's so gross. Has no sense of. Okay, so yeah, amazingly, all three triangles always adds up to 180 degrees, and depending on this particular angle, let's say x degrees, right? And depending on this angle right over here, y degrees, well, guess what? The two sides of a triangle based on an angle are always in a particular proportion. That means you can actually predict what the other side is going to be if that happens to be a particular what? Angle. Now, you've learned the first one, right? The 30, 60, 90 triangle. You get it? If you have 30, 60, 90, and you say this side is 7 feet, well, you can automatically guess what this side has to be. 14. Why? The 30 degrees in a 90-degree triangle mandates that the side opposite and the side of the hypotenuse, they will be in a ratio of 1 to what? 1 to 2. And so that's what trigonometry is. For instance, okay, everyone grab your calculators. If you don't have it, download the Desmos Scientific Calculator. I'm gonna put mine right here. Okay, and so boom, here it goes. Right now, let me open up the other side. So, okay, now we're going to use calculator frequently. You'll see down here it says sine. You pronounce it sine, not sin. God bless me. Oh, that was really loud. Okay, sine, cosine, tangent. Well, guess what? Can you guys type in sine of 30 degrees onto this calculator? So put sine and just hit 30. Oh, make sure that it says right here DEG. Okay, it stands for degrees. If you flip that over to RAD, it's going to come up with a completely different answer. Actually, let's do that right now. Let's keep it in rad mode. It's called radians, by the way. And hit 30, sine 30, and hit enter. And you'll notice that it says negative 0.988036162, right? But if you change it to a degree mode, the answer just changed automatically. I wish it didn't do that because I was gonna show you the two different answers. So watch, yeah, I'm gonna hit this button, boom, it changes to negative 9.8, and I change it back to degrees, and boom, it becomes 0.5 or 1/2. Okay, actually, I'll change it to a fraction. Now, let me explain how this works, okay? So, what exactly is sine, cosine, tangent? Okay, sine, cosine, tangente. All right, what do these mean? Now, they're simply just words, okay? Words that represent something. Now, to explain this, I'm going to use a different example. Let's imagine that this was a big boat and you're traveling, okay, this way, right? And Lily is standing right there, okay, at the tip, and Lydia is standing down here. Okay, and then a huge monster called Ian, okay? The monster appears out of nowhere, okay? And then Lily's like, there's a monster on my left, okay? Well, remember, you're facing each other, okay? So, so you're facing each other. Lily's left will be this side, right? But then on a boat, if Lydia heard, please do not adjust my picture. Please leave my picture alone. It's perfect the way it is. I don't know why students always have to think, I can make it better and start, Okay. Lydia, will you stop touching your ear? Here you are picking your ear. You picked your teeth and then with your finger, you're touching your ear. Why do you think it gets infected? Oh. Okay, back to math class. Okay, let's actually leave home stuff home. Anyways, so Lily's here. Let me write the name down. Okay, Lily and Lydi. Will you stop? Who put that there? Who put that there? Is it? Wait, is Lily on here? No. What if it's? What if it's like the ghost of Lily? The ghost. She's hunting, but we don't believe in ghosts. Okay, anyways, back to the point. Can I finish the lesson here? Rawr, rawr. Okay, now, Lily is scared of monsters. The monster Ian. She's like, there's a monster on the left. Which way is Lydia gonna turn? The other way? Huh? She's like, where? Okay, because when you say left on a boat, does it even make sense? No. No. Okay, so that now you realize, oh, what do we do? You have to say something like my left, your left, or something like that. Oh, my left, your right, right? Well, imagine if you're on a boat and every time something shows up somewhere, you gotta be like, oh, my left, your 45 degree to the right. Da, 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 da. It'll take forever. So they decided, you know what? The right side of the boat is gonna be called starboard. Did you know that? And I think the left side is called stern because everyone is serious on that side of the boat. They're stern. Okay? And then the back part is called, I think, aft, and the front part is called either a bow or a head. I forget. Anyways, you get port. Oh, no, no. It's actually port side. It's not stern. Yeah. Port. Yes. Okay. Port? Anyways. Right now, what I'm trying to explain to you is there are different terms representing different sides of the what? Boat. Yes. So how does it work with this? Well, these three terms represent different sides of a triangle. Now, to memorize what we're talking about, you need to memorize this phrase. I knew it. So ka toa. Sokatoa. No, I'm not kidding. Everybody learns it this way, okay? Sine is S. This is sine. C for cosine. And T for tangent, okay? So you memorize like this. Sokatoa. And yes, you have to pronounce it like that. I remember one student, she's like, sa, ka, ta. No, sokatoa. O stands for the word opposite. So basically, if you have something with the sign of something, you're going to have opposite over what? Hypotenuse. Okay? So sine represents the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. The cosine represents the adjacent side over the what? Hypotenuse. And tangent of some angle represents the opposite side over the what? Adjacent side. Now, let me explain a little bit more. If you have a triangle, and right now we're only dealing with right triangles, okay? Not wrong triangles. Okay? 90-degree triangles, okay? Let's imagine that this angle here, and usually angles are given with, you know what? Sorry, my bad. You know what? Let me erase all this because I need to stay consistent with my notation. So I'm going to use lowercase letters. Okay. Not change all that. Yes. Let me just make it more consistent. So S O K 2A. All right. Now, capital letters are used to designate angles. So I'm going to call this, you know what? Actually, I'm going to change it. I'm going to use different letters so we don't get it mixed up. So like, let's something like M, okay, and P, okay? The angles are MKP. Now, the sides opposite of those angles, we're going to label it with lowercase letters. P, K, and what? M. Now, if you're standing on this angle right here, okay, just imagine that you're that person. Okay, the hypotenuse will always just be hypotenuse no matter what, okay? This is the hypotenuse, okay? So, but what side is opposite if you're standing on this angle? Yeah, M. Which side is adjacent to you if you're standing right here? K. But if you're standing over here, okay, if you're standing over here, you'll notice that M is now your adjacent side, which is originally the opposite of this person. Make sense? So if you're sitting here, this is adjacent to you, right? You know what adjacent means? Adjacent. Okay. It means right next to each other. So if someone was standing right next to me, we are what? Adjacent. Yeah. When two houses are, drawn or built next to each other, we say these two houses are what? Adjacent. But think about it. If you're sitting right here, you have two sides that are adjacent to you. this side and this side, but we're not going to call the hypotenuse an adjacent side. It has a special name. It's a what? Yes, hypotenuse. So the adjacent side when you're sitting on K is M, and the opposite of K is lowercase k. Right, got it? But if you're sitting over here, the adjacent side to you is K, and the opposite side of that is what? M. So P is just a 90 degrees. Yeah, we're not going to work with 90 degrees. Not right now. You're only going to work with the angles that are less than what? 90 degrees. And by the way, here's a little tidbit. If this is 90 degrees, then those two must add up to what? 90 degrees, because 90 plus 90 equals 180. Okay? All right. So does that make sense, everyone? Well, let's try this out. Then what's sine of capital P? Well, what's sine? Sine represents, it's a symbol to designate the opposite side and the hypotenuse in a ratio. What is side? Wait, I just can't believe I just did that. I said we're not going to use 90 degrees, and here I am using 90 degrees. Sine capital M. Well, what side is opposite of angle M? Lowercase m. So this is your opposite over what? Hypotenuse. And hypotenuse is the letter what? Letter P. Yes. Okay. So now think about it. Going back to our 30, 60, 90 triangle. This is 30, 60, and what? 90. This is 7. This has to be what? 14, right? Watch this. What's the sine of 30 degrees? And what they're saying is, what's the ratio of the opposite side and the hypotenuse when this angle happens to be what? 30 degrees. Well, what's 7 over 14? What's sine 30? Ooh, you see that? Now, what you're going to see is something like this. You'll see like a triangle. Now, I'm just going to use 30, 60, 90 just for right now, but we can use any angle we want. If this is 30, we know this is 60, you're going to see something like x and let's say like, 20, right? Now, we know x is 10, but let's just imagine we didn't know that. Well, what is that? Then how do we solve this? Well, we write it out like this. Sine of 30 degrees is x over what? 20, you get it? 20. When you take the sine of any angle, it equals the side opposite divided by the hypotenuse. How do we solve for x? Well, think about it. What is sine 30 in your calculator? Half. So what is it saying? Whatever x over 20 is, it better become 1/2. You do your math, or you can just kind of look at this and realize, oh, x must be equal to what? 10. Dun, dun, dun. Da, 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 da. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, let me post this one for you guys. Give me a second.
It sounds like something the minions would say.
Okay, I don't think she can hear you, but Lily, every time I'm on this side of the screen, putting it on my computer, Ian and Lydia are just, well, if you were here, you would all be like talking about something, and then Lydia said, "Oh, secretary," and Ian's like, secretary, and then Lydia's like, oh, it sounds like what the minions will say, secretary. Anyways, I'm just letting you know. I'm just trying to fill you in on the missed fun that you're missing out on from tutoring because you're taking your CAS test. Again, we hope you're doing well. But, I just don't want you to feel left out. So I do have to repeat everything that they said, even with their expressions. Secretary, what the minions will say. And now Lydia, instead of like picking her teeth or picking her eyes or touching her ear, now she's like doing this. I don't know why. It's the sugar, Liddy. You drink so much sugar, you can't even hold yourself still now.
No, you drank more than I did.
Okay, You guys, I'm teaching two sugary high kids. Okay, fill it out. So sine of angle A. Okay, look at angle A. Now always identify the hypotenuse first. It's number what? Side with length of 9, right? Yeah, so always do that. Always spot it and make note of it. So what's sine of angle A? We don't know what angle A is, but it's okay. What we're saying is if we did, it'll be opposite over opposite over hypotenuse. SOHCAHTOA. So what's opposite of A?
7/9.
Yeah, and what's hypotenuse? Aha, it's just 7/9. So write that in there. Okay. So okay. We don't know. We don't. It doesn't say, and right now it's not the issue. We're just looking. We're just dealing with the terminologies. Okay. All right. What's sine B? 7/9. Sine B. What's sine B?
4/2/9.
There you go. 4/2/9. Good. All right. What's cosine of A? Did you just burp? Cosine of A. Cosine of A. Now, what's cosine? Cosine is adjacent over what? Hypotenuse. What's adjacent to angle A? 4/2. So we're gonna write 4/2 over what? 9. Now, do you notice that cosine A and sine B are exactly the same? Oh, so cosine B is what? Well, now you're on angle B. What's yes, adjacent to B is 7. 7/9. What's tangent to A? Remember, tangent is TOA. Opposite over adjacent. So what's opposite of A? 7. What's adjacent to A? 4 radical 2. Now, in this case, just leave it like that for right now. There's no need to simplify it right now. What's tangent of B? Opposite of B is 4 rad 2 over adjacent. 7. Oh, notice tangent A and tangent B are reciprocals of each other. You guys see that? All right. Okay, now that you know, now that you're a pro, here we go.
Wait, what is sine? What? You're putting your problem underneath our problem? That's a problem.
Wait, what? No, that was mine. All right, here you go.
Just confused himself.
Okay, so take a look at the next one down. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna start you off on the first one, but yes, you need a calculator, and generally speaking, when you're looking for the side length, you want to round it to the nearest tenth. When you're looking for angles, okay, you want to round it to the nearest one angle or the unit. So now in this case, think about it. Can you solve for this one easily? Yeah, because the two angles other than the right angle has to add up to 90 degrees. So you can find this. I mean, you don't need to, but you can. So let's just do it just for fun because it's so fun. 90 minus 65. I know it's 30, less than 30, so it's 25. Okay. Now, you want to use the angle that they gave you, okay? So just use this for right now. So the question is, how do you... What? No, what are you... Oh, sorry. What did I... Oh my gosh.
65.
Yeah. See, my brain was working so fast that instead of... Okay, I was like 3 steps ahead of my brain. And then I ended up subtracting... What am I doing? I have no idea. 90 minus 35 is 55. Oh my goodness. Now I'm like totally messing up here. Okay. All right, Monster Ian. All right. Oh, he's a minion. Like minion, but minion. Minion. Okay.
Okay, I guess that's better than P and S.
Yes, that's better than ENPN. Okay. So we want to find this missing side based on this angle right over here. Well, which trig function allows us to use this angle with the side opposite and hypotenuse? What trig function uses O and H? Aha. So sine 35 degrees xx over 220. So the question is, what should x be? Well, whatever x is, x divided by 20 should always equal whatever ratio sine 35 dictates or mandates, meaning sine of 35 degrees, meaning if this angle is 35 degrees, it's already been set by God that the side opposite divided by that will be in a particular ratio. So grab your calculator. Oh, not this one. This is actually my favorite one. Go to your Desmos calculator and type in sine 35. What do you get? Sine. Now make sure it's all okay. You always make sure it's in degree mode. Even though you did it before, I kid you not. When you go into higher levels of math, your calculator will sometimes, because you're pushing things around, and Micah is just like, he'll probably switch. And then if you start doing your work on radians, you'll get every single answer wrong. And yes, there's been students who've done that. They had to beg the teacher. With millions of dollars now. Please let me retake it. Okay, so sine of 35 is equal to 0.573576464364. Now that's a long decimal. Now, remember, it's a infinite decimal, but it's a ratio. Okay, so we're gonna round it to the nearest. And by the way, when your answer might be rounded to the nearest tenth, but when you work with decimals within the problem, you want to give it as much decimals as you can to be very, very specific. So we're going to use about 5 decimal spaces. So I'm going to write, okay, so sine 35, we're going to write it as 0.5735. Okay, see it? Now, so someone's discovered how to calculate all the ratios of every angle for its opposite and adjacent. So it has to be 0.5735 what? 8. Now, do you remember what it was when it was 30 degrees? It was exactly 0. What? 5. But if you open up a little bit more, the ratio is going to be greater than 0.5. Oh, interesting, right? 0.57358. Okay. So whatever x is, x divided by 20 better equal what? That. So what do you do? How do you solve for it? Multiply both sides by what? By 20. So this will become 20 times 0.5735. Excuse me?
Can I just do answer times 20?
Yes. Okay. Okay, you know what? I was getting there. Okay. Smarty pants times 20. Okay, so the answer is 11.5. You're going to round to the nearest what? 10th. Now, isn't that interesting? 11 point what? 5. Wow, isn't that cool? Now, instead of writing it like that, just use sine 35 like this. Here we go. So we're going to write it like this. And you'll write it like sine 35 equals x over 20. And then you always keep this as like 1 unit. Wait, that's like a sib 5. Oops. Sine. Okay. You cannot separate sine and 35. It's not sine times what? 35 is actually sine of 35. So always keep that in mind. So we're going to multiply both sides by 20. And this is going to turn out to be 20 sine what? 35. There you go. So instead of using all this decimal stuff, Where is it? Right there. You can just use this symbol, which represents exactly what it is. And so when you type it into your Desmos, instead of finding sine 35, you can just type 20 sine 35. Oh, equals 11.47, which rounds up to 11.5. There we go. Okay, now, do you see how people can measure the distance from the Earth to the moon?
They use the big triangle, right?
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Seriously, right? Okay. Here is the Earth. Here's the moon. And it creates a right triangle. We cannot obviously measure the distance from here to here or here to here, but we can definitely measure the distance from here to what? So, okay, so let's say you and Lily or you are like 20 feet apart, right? You're like, how many feet is it to the moon? Well, you're gonna stand here and look directly at the moon at 90 degrees. This person's gonna use like it's called a clinometer, where if you look at the moon, it'll tell you what angle you're looking at from this perspective. Once you figure out what this angle is right over here, you can solve for x. Opposite over adjacent, tangent of that angle.
Oh wait.
Pretty cool, right? Now, this is obviously a simplified version of what astronomers do, but ultimately it comes down to sine, cosine, and what? Tangent. Yeah, so if you're wondering like, what do we use this for? That's it. Just finding the distance of the moon and go on our happy merry way. Okay, so everybody try the next one. Solve for letter X for number 3.
Hold on.
No, it's weirdly weird, but the timer on Skype says I've been teaching for 1 hour and 41 minutes, which doesn't make sense. Oh, I'm so dumb. You know what it is? I started the Skype at like 10:30 to set it on. So I had it on for over an hour and 40 minutes. No, I started at 10:20, just to be prepared. Okay, so I have no idea how long we've been tutoring. I'm just kidding. We've been tutoring for, well, we're done. Okie dokie. So are you done?
Wait, do I spell cat or toe?
Well, think about it. You're here. What is x with respect to 41? Adjacent. What's this? The hypotenuse. What uses AH? Cosine. So cosine 41 equals adjacent over hypotenuse, which is x over 11. You multiply 11 to both sides.
Hello?
There you go. Can you what? Hello? What?
Can I technically use sine in the other angle?
Oh, yes. If you find this angle, you can use sine and go opposite over hypotenuse. You'll get the same answer. But use the one that's given to you. I don't know. What this is called a rebellious state of man. I told you use this. You're like, can I use the other one? Why? Anyways, yes, you'll get the same answer, but out of rebellion. Yes, out of rebellion. Okay, we're done for today. We'll give you some problems on this one. I'll send it later. See you later. Bye bye. Wait, what'd you say? Oh yeah, yes. I'm gonna text it out. You have to finish your mathematics statistics, and we'll have a few of these stuff. All right, see ya.